Now, hello my cuties. So about cutienesses, you're gonna say she's gonna do looks that she hates. But I love Gothic. I love Gothic looks. So, why am I sitting here like this? Well, if you look very closely, you're gonna see a complete difference between the two sides. As I have done one side the way I think it does not have to be done, and one side how I think it's much better. And this is according to me. If you compare the two, this side is a Gothic fail. In my personal opinion, what I absolutely hate or don't like compared to what I do like. So I hope this will interest you. This is a totally different thing that I normally do, but keep on watching anyway, because it's getting started right now. Okay, here I am again in my a little bit more Gothic look. So, what can go wrong with Gothic makeup? Well, actually quite a lot. Because you're gonna work on a white canvas, literally, and you're gonna work mostly with black. Because black is and always will be the toughest color to work, and especially when you have got on white face makeup. The biggest mistake that you often see with Gothic people is their brows. They try to draw on brows like a pro, but it ends up to be a real disaster. I'm now taking black brow liner, and I'm taking a very, very thin, straight, instead of an angled, appliement brush. And I'm going to start on my left brow, and I'm going to make them thin so I can show you a big mistake. And that is, people are going to create an arch and let that go out very far and just leave it like that. So they're making a big bow actually. Now that is very thin what I'm doing here, so I gotta thicken that up a little bit. And often it is done starting with a shape. And now if you aren't experienced or you don't know really how to do this, a mistake is made so fast. Even I am now making, and I'm not doing it on purpose, I'm not getting it even. As you see, even I have problems with doing this, and I do makeup every day. So either you have to leave it like this, what I'm going to do, or you have to use concealer by the gallon, because you're not gonna get this perfect if you're not Black Friday. Black Friday, her makeup is always so wonderful. It's amazing. Then, so first fail that I see with goth makeup is the brows. They're either too thin, they start too huge and in different places. The brows are most of the time a fail. Then for a winged eyeliner. Winged eyeliners are hard to do. We all know that. if you're starting and you're making a wing and you want to have a real big wing, you should always start with a line from the corner of your eye. And I try to make a wing immediately, so I already have a miss curve. Now you can start to make that sharper. You can bring this underneath your eye to get that a bit more decent, and then you can do your entire lid black with a liquid or a gel liner. And the problem is not setting this. So if you're gonna open your eyes and you're gonna move and you're gonna do different things, if your product is more liquid, this is gonna end up completely onto your crease. So what you absolutely need to do is make sure that your brows don't come lower than your wing. So with a Q-tip or with a piece of tissue, make that brow less long or make it go more outwards. That's a very common mistake with Gothic makeup that I have seen. That is that the brows are lower than the eyeliner. Now, of course, with Gothic makeup you can do whatever you like. It's a very freestyled style. But what I do like is that it's even on both sides. And there comes the biggest problem. Getting that even. As you see, mine are not even. I tried my best, but they are not even. So that's what I hate. But I accidentally do it myself. Lower line. If you want to do a split line, again, almost impossible to get even unless you use something where you go around with a pencil. This is okay, but another big mistake that I see with goth makeup is people use a normal black eye pencil. You never have that control that you have with a brush. If you use a normal eye pencil, what's mostly used in the goth community, the waterline, which is fine, but it's raining or it's hot and you're getting sweaty. This pencil goes everywhere. So take a very good quality of black eyeshadow. I bought mine in the Blocker store, and that is a matte but a very good one. So with a flat brush, any flat small brush, whichever you have, or buy a good one, but invest in quality. Better one good brush than a complete set with crap. Set this pencil completely. Set your waterline. Using this product for your brows, set them. I'm gonna set and work off just one side, and the other side I'm gonna leave like it is.
Maar intussen ook 41.000 andere mensen. Ze zitten in de cellen dat ze banden zouden hebben met de beweging van Fethullah Gulen, de geestelijke die volgens Erdogan achter de mislukte staatsgreep zit.
There, that's a look that I like. This is a look, it's not bad, but it's half as black as this side, and it's not exactly how I want it. I like this wing better than this one, but we can still correct that a little bit. Change your design a little bit, work it off nicely, and you got a complete different look. And it's gonna last all day because you set it. If you see people at conventions or anything, they almost all of them, once the day is half, their makeup is either perfectly done or half gone. Half of it just poof, ran out, rained out, whatever. It's ugly. It wasn't even at the beginning, and it's not gonna be even when you go home. Now I like the flow of this line. On this side it's more flat, so that is not worked off. This side is really getting there, and you can, if you like, make your special start, but by all means measure out, map out perfectly where it has to start to be even. You can do that by placing a pencil right there, and you know that that is exactly where your brow should start. That's exactly that spot. On this side, it's on the other side or in the middle of the line. Eye corner. and the corner of your nose is where your brow should end. There are so many tricks to do a Gothic look really so beautifully. It's one of the most artistic makeup looks there are. It's so pretty. Now what you also can do is make a second wing here, but I think this is enough. If you want to make a beauty mark, don't put it here, don't put it there, put it somewhere in the corner between the middle of your mouth, the outer edge of your eye, and just beneath that. So here or there, where you like, but take that line. And now I want to talk about blending. Even goths can blend. Because if you see Gothic makeup looks, a lot of people put lines, just harsh lines, like I now did. And what you can change about that is learn, practice, take your eyeshadow, start with the thinnest, finest brush you have, and for example I want to have an extra wing that goes up to my crease and comes to there. So an extra line. Now what most Gothic people would do is take pencil or gel liner or creamy liners and do this. You create the line that you want to get, and once it's a little bit smooth, there you go, that's your line. Well, what instead of doing that, just like so, I would take another brush, a round one, take black eyeshadow, fill up the tip of this brush, it really has the tiniest, thinnest tip, and start blending that line. Smudge it out. Smudge out that cream. You can even use an angled brush for that, or a harder flat brush. But blend, 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 so that you create a beautiful shade instead of a hard line. It's not because you're Gothic that everything has to be straight lines. You can wear beautiful makeup in the Gothic community too. And as I said before, my biggest example is Black Friday. She is so amazing. She's got the warmest and kindest heart. She is so beautiful. She is an example for everybody. And her makeup, I love it. It's always so beautiful and almost the same, but still she does those little touches that make a difference. Now, as you see, I'm not using a blending brush or anything. I'm just touching this up with a thin, round brush. If you want, you can also round this off, which is also less harsh. But you would ruin the effect of the tips. So, as it is a look that has these tips, we're gonna leave them, but different. And now you're really starting to see the difference between what I don't like and what I do like. And it's all my personal preferences, as I am continuously saying, this is my opinion and it's not criticism, it's not pointing fingers at anyone, it is not breaking anyone down. It's just what I would change in the things that I see. So that's that. That is a total different side than this. Now, what I also like, take a small brush and use concealer, use whatever you like. I've got some NYX Jumbo Pencil in milk that I have scooped out, and that's in this jar. So now with a brush, I am taking just a bit on a tip of a painting brush, and I'm going to clean up this inner corner of my eye so that I actually highlight my inner tear dot area, but without putting glitter or a bombshell full of powders or stuff in there. I just create another line that fades against the black one. And you can also do that in this little tip here. So this is taking this goth look to a tiny bit of a different level. You can set it with a tiny bit of white eyeshadow. Almost every palette has white. And just set it like you have to set every cream. And as you see, that upper tip I didn't do as bright as this lower tip, because this still is the inner eye, and that's always a little bit special. And now if you want to clean up nicely in between there, take the same brush and take a little bit of your foundation or concealer, or just with a clean brush wipe away if there's any darkness. Excuse me. Or you can just take a light brown or an almost colorless eyeshadow, like the one I always use as my transition color. Small brush, and fill up that part where you can get black makeup that goes over. Instead of only using black, bring the tiniest bit of color, and you can even do this with a bright red. And that's where this white corner comes in handy as a very nice sticky base. And this is nicely clean, neat, pretty, but just as goth as the other side. This is messy. It has its lines, it has its work, it's done. But this side is worked off. Huge difference. I clean up underneath a little bit, and you can do that with concealer too, but I just take a tissue. You can take a makeup wipe, but that would take away a lot of your concealer, foundation, anything you've used. There you go, and I like that much more than the other side. The brow could have been different, could have been better, but that's all preferences. So this side I really like. Now, the only thing I want to say is, even if you're goth, you can bring a little bit of dimension back into your face by contouring. You can make a black line, which people also do. They contour with black. And that's not ugly, not at all, but very hard to do equal. I would prefer to take a light brown, not the lightest that I used on the eyes, just a tiny bit darker, a color like that, which is not too dark, not too bright. It's an in-between, but it's perfect for contour. I'll take my flat, small contour brush. So I start with a brown. Do a normal contour, but thinner than I normally would do, because I really want to hollow out. And if you like the darkness of that black, use the same brush and just dab on black eyeshadow and blend that into that brown. So instead of that, melt the two together. That way you also have that dark, but much cleaner. And if you darken up against your hairline, you still are pale, but you're gonna bring that depth into your face so that your hollows, like your temples, are more hollows. Now I like this. This is okay too, especially with this light, but in real life this is much more worked off again. There's only one word for it, it's worked off again. Now, final thing that I'm gonna do is lips. You can use, and I'm gonna do two sides this time, like I'm doing with my face. You can use your little pencil and outline your lips. And a lot of Gothic people just fill that in with their eye pencil. Actually, nothing wrong with that. that will go off on your teeth very fast. That would give off very fast on your teeth, go off of your lips very fast, won't stay perfect, won't stay long. It isn't really made for lips, so it doesn't have the purpose that you want. Now it is good to do that as a base, but I prefer to use a brush. So I'm using a small flat, just a small flat appliement brush. And I am going to take black lip stain or lipstick, but I prefer lip stain because it's a stain, it stays all day. So I'm also lining my lips, but I am doing it with a brush and with lip stain. And not the whole lip, I'm just lining. I do fill in the corner. Now with this brush the lines are very crisp, while they're here kinda messy. Now the shape, that is all how you want it. I'm doing the same shape on both sides, but I want to get an ombre effect. And to do that, I am smudging the corner and leaving the rest. Now, if you want a gray or a red or a green, a purple, whatever color you want for your lips, for your ombre, I accidentally have a gray in front of me, but I can take another one if I like. I'm gonna put this over the black on this side. Sorry, my memory card was full, so I had to change a little bit. So now, normally I do this while the gray is still wet, but now I am taking my black and I am perfectionizing and lightly bringing that onto the gray in little strokes. Mixing and blending. And then I'm going back to my gray, if I can find it. There it is. And I am going back over in the middle, only mixing it with my lips itself. So I have a gray gradient ombre lip, and on this side I have a not pretty worked off lip, but on this side I have a perfect black and gray ombre lip, just like I want it. And you can even touch up or darken up with a pencil, no problem. this is what you normally do, and this is how I prefer it. So it's actually the same look, but with a little twist. Now I used grey. If I take a clean flat brush and I just take a light grey, it doesn't have to be a shimmery one, just a grey, any grey, and I take that instead of that neutral color and I blend that there in between those two black lines. Then it matches the lips. It all takes a lot more time and effort, I know. It takes more work, but I think it is oh so worth it. You don't have to use a blush or anything with a Gothic look, but if you compare this side to this side, I know what I would choose. I wouldn't have a moment of doubt. I'm quickly gonna pop on falsies because that's so pretty with this. I want to thank you all for watching this video. I know it was a totally different one than you're used to see from me, and I absolutely don't want to hurt anyone or to give you bad ideas from how I feel. It's really just my opinion about what I like and what I don't like in makeup, and how I, in my opinion, think in my head here, think how it's better or more pretty. So, if you're not subscribed to my channel yet, please do so. Leave some nice comments down below, give me some thumbs up, and for me, there's only one thing left to say, and that is, my love for makeup is spread all over to you, and I really hope to see you again soon in one of my coming videos. So for now, bye bye! And don't shoot the pianist. It's just my personal twists here. Toodaloo. There goes another thing onto the floor. Okay. A little bit of my frustrations.
Bye
So
bye.
for now, allee jong. Grappig. Het was eigenlijk wel grappig. Wacht, ja.